Well, thank you, Jesse. It's an absolute pleasure to be joined by you today to talk all things NFL and flag. But firstly, as the New York Jets VP of Community, could you tell me a little bit about your role and what you do on a day-by-day basis?
As the vice president of community relations, I basically oversee all the charitable outreach that the organization does, and that can be in the form of youth football, which could be girls football, youth tackle football, flag football, or all sorts of youth football. But then on the more philanthropy side, working with the organization to have an impact in the community. We do a lot of work. In the space of Lupus Research Alliance. That's our CEO Woody Johnson's charity, so we support that a lot. And then we do a lot of things throughout the year, really to help underserved communities, whether that's access to education, police community relations, access to healthcare, all sorts of activities and engagement to really, help the community here in New York, New Jersey area. But now that obviously that the UK is one of our international markets, we've expanded to bringing the girls flag football league to the United Kingdom.
It's amazing that you're doing all these valuable things in the community. And of course, you have this amazing NFL team with the Jets who have incredible fans from all around the world. But to your core, these community initiatives that you spoke about, is that what's at the heart of this American football club?
Yeah, I think our goal is to grow the game of youth football, especially flag football. It's a sport that is accessible to everyone. There's a very low barrier, cost barrier to entry. You know what I mean? It's basically you need a pitch and you need a ball, and it's not expensive like traditional tackle football. And it's just a way to, grow the game, expand eyeballs on it, and really provide the participants all the benefits that you can get from playing traditional football, whether it's teamwork, dedication, leadership, resilience, character development.
Absolutely. And you've touched on it there about your expansion into UK. Obviously, flag and NFL in general are massively growing over here in this part of the world. And you've got this league with the Jets and Bears, the Flag League. Could you tell me how it came together and the success you've seen with it?
Yeah, so as mentioned before, with the UK being our international market, what we wanted to do was kind of replicate the outreach that we've done here to grow the game of football over there. And as we were coming up with ideas and how to be most effective, we decided to reach out to the Bears to kind of grow the scale of what this league could be, especially in the first year. And the Bears, like us, they've done a lot of great work in the youth football space, specifically girls flag football. So it was a natural synergy since the UK was one of their international markets, and it really just kind of grew from there, and we were able to have, I think it's 12 teams competing this year, basically in two separate conferences, a Bears conference and a Jets conference. They started play on April 20th, and come May 22nd, this coming Monday, they're going to have a championship game between the winner of the Bears conference and the winner of the Jets conference, which is really exciting.
It massively is. I mean, touching on two things there, because we've got two sort of different types of girls. We've got some who are learning the core principles that the game teaches, such as discipline, teamwork, having fun, etc. And then we've got these others who maybe show a little bit more talent, who are going to be playing in this championship event and could potentially even explore career paths going forward. So could you explain how important these two things are for both those types of girls?
Yeah, so you mean just giving an outlet for more girls, females to play sports is important to us. I think we've made some great strides in our country. In the United States, we're trying to bridge the gap. So there's about 1 million more kids, or excuse me, 1 million more boys playing sports than girls at the high school level. So this is one way to bridge that gap. And similarly, in the United Kingdom, we think it can help bridge that gap there as well. Basically mentioned because it is a very inclusive sport. There's not a cost barrier. But then on the flip side, it's a great opportunity for super athletic girls to kind of compete, to enjoy everything that the game has to offer, both on the field and off the field. And I know from an NFL perspective, we are pushing really, really hard for it to be an Olympic sport. We're looking for it to be played at the university level. I know there are some universities that do have it as a sport now here, but we want it to be as prevalent as college football is in the United States.
That's fantastic, because obviously in the LFN general, we have so many amazing stars out there. We've got the likes of Tom Brady, and people, young boys will watch them growing up and want to emulate that. And that's the success path they go down. For girls, there's less of them, but in flag, we're building that now. And the young girls, if they can see their heroes participate in the Olympics, that'd be absolutely massive for them. And I know at the Super Bowl, we had the commercial, didn't we, with Diana Flores?
Yeah.
She was doing some amazing things. She was running away from loads of people, and not one of them could lay a finger on her. So could you talk me through that commercial and about the importance of giving girls heroes to look up to?
Yeah, so what we've tried to do is provide those role models, that those female kind of people who have reached the pinnacle and something to strive for, but even strive beyond what they've already done. So domestically, we've done a number of different launch events with our girls flag teams, and we've had it was actually Deanna Flores's counterpart, Vanita Crouch, who I don't know if you're familiar, but at the Pro Bowl, they were both coaches for the Pro Bowl, one for the AFC and one for the NFC. So we actually had Vanita, who is the USA national team quarterback, speak to all the girls that started our event. I know at our UK launch, we had some prominent females that one was Phoebe Schechter, who was a coach for the Bills, has played both football, tackle, and flag. Had her speak to all the girls that participated in the Jets and Bears Girls League. So it's really finding those opportunities to showcase those who, have made a huge success of participating in sports, participating in flag football, and show that it's a pathway for success for all of these girls that are participating.
Absolutely. And the girls who have been involved in this amazing tournament, have you had any feedback back from them about how much they're enjoying it?
The videos and photos that we kind of get sent back to us across the pond, and the feedback that we get from our implementation partner, Limelight Sports, has been great, and they are enjoying every bit of it. They don't care how good or how much they have to learn. They're enjoying it, and what's nice is to see the communities responding to it, whether it's teachers, parents, just neighbors, providing them with inspiration and encouragement to play the sport and to experience it. And we tried to roll out the red carpet as much as we can to make this as big and as special of an event for them, that hopefully it really catches on, and there's an expansion there.
It's brilliant to hear this. It's going to be fantastic in the coming years to see how well these girls do. And it's fantastic from a media perspective to see how much New York Jets care about giving back to the community, and they care about doing all these different types of initiative. I wanted to ask you about one of your former players, actually, in the men's team, Aaron Rodgers, because I know that he's been doing a lot for mental health awareness. So I wanted to get New York Jets' take on mental health, and if there's any community plans that they have for that.
So we've started to work with a high school football conference here in the States. It's actually the largest football conference in a high school football conference in the United States. There's about 113 teams, and we worked with one of our players, actually Solomon Thomas, and what he did throughout the year was visit multiple schools and really give a talk about mental health and how it's affected his life, and how he's the strides he's made to overcome it, and how important it is that you're not just training your body to be an athlete. You need to train your mind, and to not just handle what's going on in the field, but handle the stressors off the field. And so we've really embraced, what Solomon's message has been to these high school football players and high school athletes in general, and have tried to, support and amplify that message, so that people understand that they're not alone, that there are people that are that support them and that there are places where they can get help.
That's fantastic. And now more of a generic New York Jets question. I know that you've just acquired the services of Aaron Rodgers, so I wanted to ask you how you think he's going to get on.
Listen, as an organization, I mean, we're excited for the upcoming season. Whether it's, I mean, Aaron at the quarterback position, or our draft picks, or other free agent signings, or guys that are on the roster already. We're excited for the season. We think that Joe Douglas and Coach Saleh have put together, I mean, a great team, and we're looking forward to what we think is going to be, I mean, a really exciting season this year.
It's great. I think we're all, as NFL fans, massively looking forward to it. But I wanted to ask you, obviously, being involved with the New York Jets, you do so many amazing things that you've discussed throughout this interview. How proud are you to be involved with a cause like this?
It's amazing. I would say it's one of, I mean, personally, and I would hope for the organization professionally, one of the things that I've been probably most proud of to be involved. I mean, I have a great team that works with me. I have a gentleman by the name of Elijah Hodges, who is our senior manager of youth football, and he's really kind of taken this league both internationally and domestically to heart, and have strived to make it as successful as it's been. And it's like I said earlier, to see the reaction of the participants, of the coaches, of the parents, it's been so rewarding, and it just makes you want to keep pushing and growing this bigger.
Fantastic, Jesse. I'd like to thank you very much for joining me. It's deeply appreciated on my end. It's amazing to hear about all the things that the New York Jets are doing. But before I let you go, is there anything that you would like to add that I perhaps haven't asked you about?
That's a great question. I really think that, I mean, the biggest thing that we love about this sport is that I think flag football does a great job of breaking down barriers for females competing in sport. And we think it can really be a game changer anywhere in the world in terms of providing opportunities for females to enjoy what we consider to be the greatest game on earth.